Hello and welcome. So we've got a pretty big live stream today. There's actually been so much going on. It's actually crazy and some exciting stuff, including Decred Pulse, including the Decred apps on the Umbrella store, a whole bunch of crypto nonsense, including bug fixes that were stopped the network from working. Ah, hold on. Sorry about that. I had the Decode channel working in the background. So, Exitus, how are you doing?
Doing good. Excited to take a look at Decred Pulse. Really amazing piece of software. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Now, before we get into this, can we just confirm that we are playing over on Twitter? Because I can't see it at the moment. Yes, we are live on Twitter. So anyone watching this show live, give it a repost, give it a retweet, put some comments on it. Let's try and get that some views. So yes, I can see it's live. So we are seeing that. So really exciting month. I think it's been about 3 weeks since we last talked, but I think probably the biggest piece of news that you and I have been testing out is Karambol's Decred Pulse, and I really like the direction he's gone with this. So it's basically this idea that now that Decred has kind of a full stack, now that kind of all the baseline kind of works, and now that AI has come full circle and is pretty usable at this point, we can now start re-envisaging how we interact with Decred. And I think this is actually ridiculously exciting. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's a all-in-one app for Bison Relay, the DEX running a full node, and I like it because they all kind of work off each other. Where the full node is providing that data, for your wallets and the DEX and Bison Relay. So it's just all there, all in one. It's going to work on Umbrel. It's going to be on the Umbrel store, so anyone can just go click install. And yeah, I'm excited to show it off. Caramble is going to submit a proposal soon for, the development work and also maintenance. So he's going to make it better as time goes on, which is really exciting to see. So expect a proposal soon from him. I was hoping to have him on the show, but I think he's going to come when the proposal is being discussed. We should have him on. But yeah, you want to demo it right now?
Yeah, let's get into it. But we should just warn the audience: this is a test release, so it's not available on the Umbrella store just yet, but it will be. So let's have a look at it. Let's see what we've got and talk away. It's probably going. Yeah, I mean, it's going to take up quite a bit of time because there's just so much going on in there, and it's quite nice to see all of Decred's apps in one place. Now, I don't think these guys need to see our faces big, so they can see us like this. So, do you want to talk us through it, or do you want me to?
Yeah, I'll start. I mean, basically, you have this. Decred Pulse is already out, but right now it's just a node and a watch only wallet. And I think it has the Explorer. So you have this nice dashboard kind of, we have a Decred node fully synced, full circulating supply, treasury, the ticket pool, all those stats you kind of want. And it even shows the connected peers your node is connecting to. As you can see here, I'm actually helping another node sync, which is pretty cool. It shows all the mempool activity, but yeah, it's a very comprehensive dashboard for running a Decred full node. But really, what makes it special is all these other things he's added here that run off of this node. But before we move on, you can see it is actually running Decred version 2.2.0. So it is running a unreleased version of DCRD that basically works with Tor. So I'm trying to think exactly what it does, but it allows you to accept inbound Tor connections. So yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. I mean, before we move on, I mean, I don't know about you, but I've never witnessed like a node being able to sync another node before in a UI interface, which is absolutely amazing. I love the fact that you can actually see what your node is doing, who's connecting to you, how you're helping the network. I think that's absolutely incredible. The other thing that's worth noting is that at this particular time, probably for the last 2 months at least, DCR Dex, Decred's main explorer, has been kind of pretty temperamental, where it's kind of been attacked and DOS attacked, and it's very difficult to kind of get these bad actors out of it. But when you run your own node like this, you don't have to worry about any of that. It's not a public domain. It's you kind of running your own node and you're allowing it to kind of do what it needs to do without kind of worrying about downtime and things like that. So I think that's incredible as well.
All right. Yeah. So we're going to go to the wallet tab. This is a full wallet on mainnet, works perfectly, and it has all the features you would expect. It has privacy mixing, staking, governance, lightning. You can make a bunch of different accounts or wallets, and it's got a nice UI here. We have our recent transactions. No funds on it right now because we're using this basically as a demo server account, which we're letting kind of anyone go in and check out. But if you want to buy tickets, if you want to stake, it shows the full block subsidy for what you're going to get per vote, per the treasury, for the proof of work miners. So you can bookmark addresses. So yeah, this is the real deal. You could do transactions. It's like any other Decred wallet. You can generate addresses. We can run the mixer, mix all our coins. Got a nice UI for mixing.
How
Staking,
easy is
obviously.
that?
What's that?
For anyone, yeah, for privacy, for anyone that says, oh no, it's got to be privacy by default, it's always on, look how easy that was. And it was the same in Bison Wallet, where you can literally just press one button and away you go. Obviously, the benefit here when you're running the node stuff, it naturally will just run all the time in the background. Running it on Umbrella or something like that, you can just leave it on. You can access it from any of your computers, and it's ridiculously easy.
And obviously, I don't have enough for a ticket here, but it lets you know that you're purchasing mixed private tickets, because obviously you have to purchase the tickets from a mixed account. Got our VSP. So yeah, this UI really has everything. We have our governance, all our consensus changes, treasury voting, and we're gonna check out our proposals. I believe there are 2 proposals up for discussion. See if that can load.
Yeah, last time I did the
lightning
proposals, it did take a little bit of time.
Yeah. So a lot of cool statistics for Lightning. There's 282 Decred nodes with 140 Decred capacity. So a lot of cool information in this thing. It's not just a dashboard. It's not another Decred wallet. I think it really goes above and beyond. It has you can do timestamping with I believe it's called Timestamply. You can do it right here. We have a lot of different settings. You can actually, some of this stuff I haven't actually looked into yet. Like, what is a Bison Relay Lightning Network seeder? You can run it all on Tor. Right now, I'm actually running it on Tor, which might make it a little bit more laggy than normal, and I'm also hosting a inbound Tor service, which is cool.
I mean, so yeah, when I first saw the wallet page, the one thing that I was really impressed with that I've not seen in any other wallet is timestamply. And generally I don't think enough has been done with timestamps in the Decred space. We've got this wonderful system where basically you timestamp your proposal so you can see if there's any kind of foul play or whether you're being censored or whatever. And I just think it's absolutely incredible that the future of timestamping could be incredible, and the fact that it's now in a wallet is brilliant. So that was an all-time first for me, and I love the Tor stuff that you're showing there as well.
Yeah, and right here, if for any of you guys who ever run a DCRD node on a VPS or via command line, this is exactly what it looks like. So he has that full experience right here in the logs that you can view, and he's got a ton of different themes. He's got 8 different themes. So this is the typical Pulse look. You can run it in Bison Relay look. I like the jet black, which I'm going to keep. But there's just so much customability here, and yeah, it's got everything. This is really, really impressive. So I'm going to move to the Explorer now. And this is not a full-blown instance of DCR data, because for those who know, if you want to run your own instance of DCR data, it's like 80 gigabytes, right? It's a big piece of software. So this is kind of a mini version where you can go in and look at every block's information. This is all information that's fed from your node, right? So you're getting maybe not the exact same experience, but I can't just go in and, look at everything the exact same way. Well, let's see if I can.
Did you say it was the Explorer's 80 gigabytes or 18?
It's something like that. It's
Yeah.
pretty big. It's not a small piece of software. That it's not like the DCRD node, which it syncs and runs everything. I mean, because it's running an entire database. So
Oh, I didn't realize that. But
yeah, it's
even
it's
even
pretty heavy
80
duty.
giga even at 80 gigabytes, you think how big Bitcoin is right now, where you basically need a terabyte just to run their full node. Whereas, Decred, if you want to run an Explorer like that, it's 80 gigabytes, which in the grand scheme of things, I don't think that's too bad actually.
Yeah, I mean, I was tempted to build it once, and then I kind of stopped because I realized it wasn't super easy. But yeah, here we have the treasury page. So you're getting all that information, treasury balance, all the T spends, 42 different T spends. Wow, we have 21,000 Decred spent this year. So a lot of, pretty interesting data here.
He must have just updated those charts, because that's the first time I've seen those top ones.
Yeah. I should note here, this VPS I'm running Pulse on it's in like Eastern Europe, and I'm in North America. So there's a little bit of lag here and there. That's due to the latency. So if you run it like locally, I would say it's gonna run a lot more smoothly. So then we have Bison Relay.
I really enjoyed using Bison Relay on Decred Pulse. I thought it was an incredible experience.
Yeah, and what's really good about it is he's made it so, the invites are right here, and you can just click here and join, some Decred chats, right? So it's the onboarding's a little bit easier. I think I'm already in the chat room. But yeah, you can take a look at the no messages yet. It's weird. Except I think he might have pruned the server, all our messages, because he's putting this up to proposal soon. So that's why it's not loading any messages, but I can message Phoenix. Let's see. Let's see. So yeah, this is the UI. Oh man, I wanted to demo I didn't realize he deleted all the messages.
Yeah, just 2 secs. I'm just getting online now, and I'll message you back.
All right, cool. Let's see. But yeah, it has a full-blown oh, what was that? Stats. We have a nice stats page. Total uptime, amount of Decred I've moved, payments. It's got a lot of cool information here.
I quite like what Crumbles is doing as well, where he's kind of built it, and then he's going to put the proposal up to see if people want him to continue. I quite like that approach. Really, it's kind of it's a project that he wanted to do, and it's in place, and it's something that is clearly dear to his heart, and he's kind of seen the vision for this. So I
Yeah,
think that's quite a nice way of approaching the proposal system as well.
yeah, and on the feed section, he's made it so you can just press a button. You can add them. You can add them posts, so you can do little tips.
At the moment,
So
that generates an empty comment, just by the way.
yeah, yeah, it's still a little bit of a work in progress. But what's interesting here is when we get a message on Bison Relay, it actually gives us a notification. So I'm gonna guess you messaged me. Yes, you did. So that's a nice
Yeah,
little feature. I don't know if you want to send an image, we can see what that looks like. But yeah, it's a
okay.
nice, pretty minimalist Bison Relay GUI. I think this does look a bit better than the current version. It's it's a little more straightforward.
Just give me 2 secs. I'm going to compress an image so I can send it to you.
Let's see. We have any comments yet? Let's see. Not yet. Let's see.
Yeah, there was a couple.
Full stack the node. The fetch comes from a peered full node. No. So this is your own full node. This is not connecting to some other node to work. This is your full independent node. Obviously, it uses other nodes to sync, but this is the complete Decred node, and the Decred node is only about 18 gigabytes in size. So here we got an image. So yeah, you can send images all over Lightning Network. That's kind of the big deal with Bison Relay. It's all the messages are encrypted. The server doesn't even see accounts, so censorship is impossible. And you can send messages or images, or you can do video calls if you want to. I don't think the calls work with this just yet.
And look how quick that was. For anyone that was watching me typing away there, literally within a couple of seconds, I'd compressed the image so it worked over Bison Relay. So it was 130 kilowatts. Just, you have to compress them, otherwise it's going to cost you a fortune. And then it just literally pinged over really quickly.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Bison Relay. Let's see. I think he's developing something with the storefront to make that a bit easier.
You can actually go into his storefront. It's only a demo. You know, there's a few products there, but he's making it so you can create your products. And if you click on, I'd probably need to do it on my one, wouldn't I? Oh yeah, I suppose it's the visit button, isn't it? So if you click on the visit button, you can actually see it. But it actually looked quite impressive. It's very basic. It would be nice to get more kind of CSS there, or more visualization on the storefront. But I love the way it works. I think it's brilliant.
All right, yeah. Let's look at the DEX. We have the latest version of the DEX running. It's with its own UI, which is really cool. So he didn't just copy paste in the UI. He tried his own. And I think one of the coolest things I like about this is the chart is a lot better here, and you have a lot of can do a bunch of indicators. You can change the way it looks, and yeah, it looks pretty modern. I think it's still a work in progress, but yeah, you can buy DCR. You could, unfortunately, the DCR USDC markets never took off, but that would be nice.
Actually, I mean, I don't know who was following me testing it on Umbrel this week, because obviously Bison Wallet got released on Umbrel, which is absolutely amazing. But the Polygon pairs absolutely awful. They're so broken, it's not even funny. So that's probably a good indication of why there's no volume there. But we can get onto that in a minute. But yeah, just to say, look at that volume for Decred Bitcoin. That's incredible.
Yeah. So then you have all your wallets like normal. I have a Bitcoin wallet, a Decred wallet, Polygon, USDC. Wallets page I think maybe needs a little bit of love. It's pretty basic, but it works. What did you think of the GUI here?
Yeah, I liked it. I don't mind the basic look really. It's more it's quite user friendly. I didn't mind it really. Kind of, yeah. No, do I prefer it to the Bison Wallet interface? I'm not sure actually, but I don't mind it.
I would really have to use it before, but I would say I would like the order. He has these open orders right here. It cuts off if you scroll too far up. So I think this needs to be moved up a bit, and then it would be pretty good.
I tend to like the framing on Bison Wallet with the actual charts and stuff. So yeah, like I say, being able to so you can see everything at a glance is quite nice. But once again, the actual interface for the trading interface, it's not unsimilar for what Buck was actually proposing with his upgrade, is it? With the way the order books work,
right?
Where you can
yeah. And it's interesting that Caramble just went and did it, right? And you know, and is asking for money later. And I'm sure he's going to make this all better, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You have everything. You have market makers, all the different settings. It's all here. And I think this is just so good how he has shown that how powerful free and open source software is, that anyone can come in and do things, make their own GUIs, um, make things better. I think when I was using Bison Relay here, obviously all the chats got deleted, but yeah, I definitely thought it was a better experience. So yeah.
It was quite nice. Like, so you go into Bison Relay, it loads almost instantly, and you're kind of using it straight away. I also like the way that he separated out the wallets for Bison Relay and Dex all into the wallets page. So you haven't got multiple wallets. You've got one wallet, and then you've got accounts, for Decred at least. And I thought that was quite cool. So when you visit Bison Relay, actually on Bison Relay, you've got the whole kind of wallet section, and you have to go through the Lightning stuff. So the way he separated that out into the wallets page, so you can actually set up all of your Lightning channels, whether you're using Bison Relay or not, or you're just kind of doing your own thing with Lightning or creating accounts and stuff. It's quite
Right.
nice the way that works. It's streamlined it completely. And I mean, we had this same conversation with Aaron, last time he was on, about a year ago now. And I always remember him saying, eventually people won't care what Bison really looks like, because what they'll do is they'll spin up their own version, something that fits their own requirements, something that feels good to them. And this is proof of that, isn't it, really? It's kind of saying, in actual fact, I'm not happy with this, I'm not happy with this, but I love the product, but this is how I want it to work. And that's the beauty of AI. We're getting to a stage now where you can actually do that. You can see something is broken, or something that doesn't quite sit with you, and then you can kind of re-envisage it. And I know
The only thing
Crambles
I
that.
would say is building from source is very difficult, even if you have AI. Building Bison Relay from source is no small task.
That's one thing I was just about to say, is actual Crambles. It's worth noting that Crambles is very, very good at this stuff, and he does have a lot of
Right,
experience at,
right.
at building all kinds of things. He, just going back in the day, he was responsible for the WordPress plugin for Decred as well, and things like that. So he's well into this stuff, and he was delving into Lightning long before anyone else. He was trying to kind of work out all this stuff long before anyone else. It was brilliant actually having some of the conversations with him. But yeah, absolutely love what he's done here, and you're completely right. This isn't something anybody could do, but the fact that he's gone ahead and said, actually, this is my vision, this is what I want to do, it kind of leads the way for other people to kind of take that helm, doesn't it, and say, in actual fact, this is what I want. One final thought on that is the theme page as well. So you go into that and you can actually theme it the way you want, and I love that approach as well. So much praise, Cramble, so much praise, brilliant stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited for everyone to kind of test it out. And yeah, there should be a proposal soon, and it'll be on Umbrel, or you can just run it on your own VPS or home server. But yeah, moving on, in the same uh, Bison Wallet version 1.0.5 has hit Umbrel, the official store. So if you haven't gotten into the DCR decks yet, it's now in the store, and that's something we've been waiting on for like years. So it finally happened. I think Umbrel's has had a change of heart with these other apps, and yeah, you can go use it. And I know you've used it, and you encountered some trouble with the Polygon stuff, which is
Oh,
interesting, because something similar happened to me about a month or so ago. The transactions failed, which didn't make any sense to me.
wait, is it 105 or 106?
I think he
Because
did version 1.0.5. I'm not sure though.
that makes
Carambles
sense.
is on version 1.0.6.
That makes sense why I was having so much trouble with the Polygon, because in 05 that bug with the market makers, and that actually hasn't been fixed, has it?
I don't know. I mean, if version 1.1.6 was so important, they would have, I think, released it to everyone, right? Let me see.
Got it. Yeah, got it. Yeah, a bit disappointed about that. I must say, I was so thrilled to get it on Umbra. And what I did over the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've spun up a testing environment for Umbra, because I wanted to try Pulse, I wanted to try B2C Pay Server, and obviously wanted to try Bison Wallet. And Umbra is just incredible. It's yeah, it's an absolute game changer. So now I've kind of got into the mindset of an always on machine, and I'm testing Umbrel and I'm seeing that it works absolutely amazingly. I love the fact that the Umbrel team are kind of passing Decred products. Yet another milestone. The last 2 months we've seen so many different milestones, but one of the big ones was not being available on Umbrel stopped a lot of people from running an always on node, especially for Bison Wallet, so that they could keep their trades online and kind of build the order books. Whereas that milestone has now been complete. The downside now, of course, is we've now got a Bison Wallet product that isn't, in terms of Polygon at least, isn't quite ready, which yeah, incredibly bad timing, but it is great to see it's there and it can be upgraded now.
Yeah, and I think this kind of leads into this discussion of what is the future of the DEX. Where do we kind of go from here? Now that the proposals did not pass, it seems the developers left, and we haven't seen new proposals. Personally, I would like to see a few new proposals to just maintain it, if anything, right, and get that new release, that version 1.0 out. Maybe that was the release that fixed some of the Polygon stuff. I'm not sure, but I never had issue with Polygon up until about a month ago. So something happened. But yeah, what do you think is the future of the DEX?
I mean, for me, if it works, if they can fix the Polygon stuff, and now we're on Umbrel and the community very easily, and I mean it's ridiculously easy, can run an always on node and leave their order books online. I see no reason why this can't be a better product. Why we can't see the order books filling, but clearly the reason the Polygon order books are not filling is because there's bugs. Like I said before, I run it for about 2 3 hours, and within that time I did 3 trades, and every single one of those trades failed. On the Polygon order books at the minute, there's like $30 that I can't, that's just frozen and gone. And you imagine if you were dealing with a lot more money, that would have been awful. So I mean,
Well,
really
I
can't.
don't think the money's gone. I think it returns to you eventually after a little bit of time, right? If the transaction fails, it kind of goes into limbo. But were these organic trades, or were you trading against yourself?
Well, I've got 2 machines. So what I was basically doing is testing. So I've had Bison Wallet open on one machine. I had Bison Wallet open on Umbrel on another machine. So just test it out myself. The interesting thing is the Decred side of things. Boom, went through. Decred's there. It's absolutely brilliant. And what happened with the Polygon is it got to 42 confirms out of 60 and then went, sorry, the fee's wrong or something like that. So then it has to wait until the fee comes down low enough. So potentially until it gets low enough, it'll kind of be frozen there. But as far as Bison Wallet, and this is what it looks like to me, as far as Bison Wallet knows, that trade is or sorry, as far as Polygon knows, that trade has happened. Decred is now in the other person's account. The other problem with it is the actual bonding effect and the reputation. My reputation has taken a massive hit for that now as well. So it wouldn't surprise me if when I next log in, I've kind of been banned from it. So these experiences are not going to sit well if people do that. That being said, if you are trading Decred to Bitcoin, no problems at all there. It works absolutely fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's really a shame that the DEX team left without some of those updates. I believe the version 1.1.0 release includes a bunch of EVM updates. So yeah, um, right. But
Yeah,
what else was there to discuss?
I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff. But before we move on, I think, I mean, in terms of the selling point for Bison Wallet, it's still the same as it's always been. It's always something that I've wanted from day one of being in Decred. It's a permissionless way to trade Decred, buy and sell Decred. We've only saw this week where I think it was Illinois now are charging for every single transaction. Now has to pay a tax. So the importance of something like Bison Wallet will become more important as we go forward. So getting it fixed, the same premise where it can be completely permissionless, no KYC, ridiculously important. So that's my view on that. So hopefully we can encourage people to come in. Hopefully we can get rid of the order books that don't work at the minute, just to streamline the whole thing. But yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of limbo at the minute, isn't it? In terms of what comes next, what do you make of the Zcash inflation bug that got fixed? So apparently it was in the code base for 4 years. In order to fix it, they disabled the shielded pool. I think it was for about 48, so 2 days, 48 hours. And then they did some centralized coordination between the miners and whoever else needs to be coordinated with, to actually get this bug implemented as quickly as they could. But during that time, anybody in the shielded pool couldn't get their money in. No one could obviously put any more into it. I mean, it says a lot about two things for Decred. One is governance, so nobody can shut down a privacy pool without governance kicking in, and it also says auditability. So inflation bugs can happen on any system, but the fact that a chain like Decred can be audited is a big deal as far as I'm concerned. Now I know people go crazy about the privacy, must have default privacy and all the rest of it, but anybody's looking at this stuff, if you can't audit those books, it's you got some rough times ahead, I think. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, with the privacy bug, it's just, first off, it's crazy that these newer AI models can just go in and find these things that these professionals can't after years and years. And I know Jamie has a new proposal up to alter the bug bounty stuff because he's getting so many AI requests. And I think that's a really good pivot, and it's going to cost a little bit of decred if you want to submit a bug report, which is great. And I think I would like to see people in Decred. I'm sure they've done this, but I would like to see people in Decred use the AI to go in and try to find bugs before other people do, which I think just makes sense. But yeah, I mean, that's the trade-off with this crazy privacy technology, is that things can be hidden so well that they actually can hide inflation bugs. And that's really the great benefit to Decred's privacy, is while it's not privacy by default, the base layer is always transparent. So these inflation bugs are either not going to happen or they're going to be easy to find. So you get your privacy when you want it at your own discretion, but we have that transparency and that kind of guarantee of we're I think Jake described it best, but there's not crazy moon math going on to do the privacy. It's all very simple. It's very easy to audit. So I think that's a great trade-off for Decred. And we had those posts where it was like, this is the privacy with auditability.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. The one question that's on my mind is, if this bug got introduced 4 years ago, and obviously Zcash has been running now, I want to say eight, maybe 9 years. It might be older than Decred, but I don't think it's older than Decred. So it's been running, 9 years, and this bug has been there. It's been introduced 4 years ago. Is there any chance that this hasn't been exploited? For my mind, I kind of think the chance of exploitation are fairly in the middle, actually. I can't see that. I don't know. Maybe that's me being skeptical, but I'd be very surprised if it hasn't been exploited to some degree.
Yeah. So I think we're pretty fortunate there that we get that trade-off. And obviously the way the staking is integrated with the privacy, there's high participation. There's a lot of people to always mix with. If we didn't have the staking, it would be very difficult to mix your Decred, right? You'd basically have to hope others are doing it at the same time. But because people are always buying tickets, you can always go ahead and do your mixing.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it many times, and people are probably bored of me keep saying it, but Decred's privacy mixing is absolutely awesome, and the fact that there's always a huge amount of participation is incredible, really. And if you look at coin mixers on Bitcoin, where they have to introduce a custodian just to make sure there's something to be mixed with, it's absolutely crazy. So another thing that Decred kind of got right. Now, next on my list is the BTC Pay server. Now, this month, Exitus has been doing some awesome work. He's been tinkering away with coding and trying things out. And one of the things he's done is he's actually finished to a degree. Obviously, there's still lots of testing to do, but to a degree, he's actually finished the BTC Pay server and got it working. I can confirm this. I got BTC Pay server running on Umbrel. I set up the BTC Pay server. I turned off the Decred node and I turned off the Lightning node that comes with it. I managed to install it, and then using, was it Claude or was it ChatGTP? I can't remember. Using one of those, I managed to configure it so it actually worked on Umbrel, and it created invoices. I could fulfill the invoice, and it told me it completed, which absolutely great. What got you to what got you going with the BTC Pay server? What are your thoughts currently?
Well, I mean, it's just something we need. If Decred wants to be a medium of exchange, you have to have an ability to set up a storefront and accept payments. And BTC Pay Server has a number of altcoins, and this was something I asked Joe to do last year, and he did it. He eventually did it. It took a long time, and he kind of didn't release it. He finished it and then kind of left, which was a little disappointing. But he had given me the GitHub repo for it. And basically, I went in, and with the help of AI tools, I was able to build it, and I was able to compile the plugin, right? Because he didn't compile the plugin, which really wasn't too hard. But then I officially released it, and once you have the plugin, it's very easy to go with any BTC Pay server and just click Upload Plugin, and Decred works. And you have to run a command to get the SPV wallet running, which is quite nice that it uses the SPV wallet. But yeah, I think it's important to have, and once we get that. You can do gift cards on Cake Wallet, which is huge. Unfortunately, we're still waiting on someone from Decred to put it in an official repo, so that's really all we're waiting on. So if you'd like to see that, make some noise and it'll happen. Otherwise, we're kind of just waiting.
Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice for some more testing on that. I did. One of the things I'm really interested in since day one, it's my history story. Since day one, I've been wanting to build Decred into a website so I could sell subscriptions, sell memberships, sell products, whatever. So one thing I did do once I got Umbrel installed, once I got BTC Pay Server installed, I actually also installed Ghost, which is similar to WordPress. And they've actually got a plugin. BTC Pay Server have got a plugin for Ghost, so you can literally have it in there. And it didn't work, but it did work. So the features that worked is you could get the invoice, you could pay the invoice, but in terms of the paywall, it never told you that you could move on, so it never completed it. Which I'm just guessing that there's something that just needs to be added to the plugin to actually make it work with other integrations. But that would be something that's really cool. Generally, the plugin is brilliant. The way it generates invoices is absolutely incredible, and the way it works is brilliant. So, yeah, really impressed you took on the BTC Pay server stuff. It's something that we've needed for ages. One of the biggest use cases for it is going to be with Cake Wallet, getting on there, getting integrated fully with their Cake Pay and debit cards and gift cards. So, yeah, looking forward to that. Next on my list. We've talked about the DEX's future, so obviously we're in a bit of limbo on that. So hopefully over the next few months there'll be some kind of plan emerges for what happens with the DEX next. The next thing that is up is we have two proposals. So the bug bounty proposal, as Exitus said, is now up for discussion, going up for vote probably this week, and they're asking for a bit more money because they've had to kind of put together a payment plan for people submitting bugs, because the AI reporting has got absolutely crazy. And on the comments, Jamie said that they're getting something like 50 reports a month now or something like that. So it's absolutely crazy. And obviously, because AI is so thorough, there's a lot of reading to do, there's a lot of testing to do. So that's gone up. So we definitely need a bug bounty program, and I'm definitely impressed with the direction they've taken that in. The other one is the website refresh. Now, what are your thoughts currently on the website refresh? And before I put Exitus on the spot, I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm going to put a comment together for it, but my biggest bugbear is the website. The website looks fine, but my biggest bugbear is the fluency between sites still hasn't been fixed. One of the things that I wanted And one of the things that was in the original proposal is that they were going to coordinate all of the websites so that when you go onto decred.org and you click through, it feels coherent. It feels smooth. For anyone that's kind of clicked on the links, the first few pages were absolutely brilliantly, but the minute you click on the docs link or the data link, it kind of breaks the whole experience. So docs hasn't been updated, the Explorer hasn't been updated, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So for me, that's my biggest letdown, or not my biggest bugbear. It's not a letdown because maybe they'll do that, but I don't know. But the coherency between websites is ridiculously important, and they highlighted this in their original proposal, and I completely agree with it, because if you want people to take you seriously, it has to feel seamless in my eyes. So that's the comment that I'm kind of putting together at the minute. That's my views on it. So I think in that respect they've under delivered a little bit. So it would be nice to see them deliver on docs and things like that, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. First off, with in regards to Cake Wallet, yeah, the gift cards would be great. We really need a maintainer for Cake Wallet to make it better, because Joe was doing that and he left. So if you want to work for Decred, the Dex, Cake Wallet, there's plenty of areas to come in and get paid in Decred, provided you are a competent developer. And you cannot use AI tools to do these things. You can use them for some things, but not this. So there are job openings at Decred, more or less. But yeah, with the website, I think it might be a hard sell for people that, I think $55,000 for two websites is going to be a little bit of a tough sell, especially now that we're in the AI age. Making websites is very easy. Obviously, there's a difference between a fully handcrafted website and a vibe coded website. I'm not going to say AI is better necessarily, but I think that might be a tough sell. And yeah, I kind of agree with you. I was hoping Politeia would be redone and the docs would be redone, and everything would blend, and that isn't necessarily the case. So we'll see what happens.
I know they kind of pulled away from doing docs, because the original proposal, or certainly the discussion we had with Aaron, was that he was going to go in and kind of update and improve the docs. I know that was probably a bit too much, and I've looked at it several times and gone, whoa, this is a lot of work, and eventually I'll probably put some work power into it. But the big thing for me was the look and feel of it, so that all the headers were the same, and as you click through, it felt like a seamless experience. And I think that's what we're missing by docs not getting that refresh and Politeia not getting that refresh. So yeah, a little bit a little bit of a hard sell, and I think that will probably come under some scrutiny on that one. So I mean, yeah, that's probably all I've got to say about that. But I'll put a comment on Politeia, and it would be great if others also put a comment there, just to say, just to say whether you like the new website, or what you think. Because one of the big criticisms, especially with the Decred Poker or Decred Gaming platform, is it failed and no one put a negative comment down. So it'd be nice to get some of that feedback.
Yeah, I mean, I think all in all, the general idea Aaron had made a lot of sense of trying to, unite all the websites and do kind of a refresh. I think the copywriting on his website's very good. It's quite clear, it makes sense. The Bison Relay website's a little, I don't know if I agree with command line first. I think directing people to command line, we'll see. Because I don't think we're quite there with the AI agents yet. But we'll see how the community feels, and obviously, the vote is up to stakeholders, and but yeah, it's definitely inspired me to play with websites a little more, and take a look of how we can unify the various Decred websites, and with some of these new AI tools, it makes it very easy.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think well, you've proven this week with or this month with what you're doing with B2C Pay Server, the fact that you've gone in and you've been able to fix a few things and kind of get it released, it really is paving the way for competent people. It's paving the way to kind of get some of these smaller tasks done. And I mean, no different with what Crambles has done with Decred Pulse. We're starting to see probably non-core members and non-proposal members coming forward and actually building some stuff that's ridiculously useful. So Yeah, we'll see. And I mean, websites is definitely something we need. We need a very coherent website for Decred, and it does need to unify all of the sites, so it all feels like one thing as well. And also the blog didn't get a redo either. And maybe we should put a proposal to start updating the blog with maybe one comment a month, or one post a month or something, just so that that feels alive as well. Next on my list, now this is interesting. This is another AI kind of initiative, I'm presuming. Purple Suede's loan and collateral app. Now this was on Exitus put together a really good monthly news video this week over on our YouTube channel. So check that out. But one of the things that you talked about was the Purple Suede loan and collateral app. I mean, I know people like Mad Squilla Ronnie would be mental for that. He's been going on about Decred having loans and collateral for years. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on that? You're muted, bud.
Yeah, the yeah, it's just another example of someone building out another product for Decred using some of these new AI tools. I think it looks really interesting, and I don't know if I'd personally take out loans with my Decred, but hey, if this is a thing people do, then go for it. That it's awesome. And yeah, Ronnie might be happy, and you can borrow Decred and pay interest. I don't know.
Well, you know what? It makes no sense to me, but that doesn't mean I'm right. You know, it's not something I'm interested in. It's not something I do. But actually, the crypto market is made up of people that want this stuff. So being able to put together your own little team and being able to build these products for you and your community from a Decred standpoint, why not? That's, if that's what you want, and you can dev it and you can build a community around it, absolutely. I think more power to you. I mean, Purple Suede seems like a decent enough guy. He's been around for a long, long time. Once again, though, I will caveat it's not a Decred product, so you should use it with caution. Obviously, if you do intend to use it. But yeah, does seem fairly interesting.
I think the last thing you had to talk about was the Kraken listing and the volume that it's kind of seen. And yeah, that first week, I think it did $200,000 in one day, which is quite good. Obviously, there was a lot of selling because the market was down. So we've decisively entered into a pretty rough bear market here, which is really weird. If you look at Decred's price chart, it shoots up to 70, falls to 14, goes to 38, goes to 11. I mean, this isn't financial advice, but I feel like if you buy here, you're gonna do okay if you're gonna pick up some Decred here.
It's a funny one, isn't it? And part of my kind of thesis on these things is finding the bottom. So when you see it bouncing off of 11, and you think the last time it had a downward trend was what, a year and a half ago, and I think it bounced off of, I want to say, 9 Decred. So it definitely seems that's our kind of that's our resistant. Sorry, $9. So that's kind of our resistance at this point. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. And I mean, everyone at the moment in other markets is calling blood in the street. And Decred, honestly, this is our pattern. We've been in a bull market. We've been in a bear market now for well over 5 years, and you're just plodding on. You're building. You're developing communities, and you're testing it. And the fact is, the only way that Decred has been successfully attacked in the last 10 years is for its price. No other metric has been touched. The security of Decred is solid even in this rough period. And I always think that's something to look at. And also, if you want to see if Decred is truly burning, if the big holders or the whales are selling, there's a really easy mechanism in Decred to find out if what you're seeing in the price chart is actually reflective in the community, and that is to look at the stake. And the stake is up. So we're at 11.3. I'll quickly check that in a minute, but I think 11.3 million Decred staked. So there's still only about 4 million Decred in liquidity. So it's like, you know what? Yeah. If you're willing to sell your Decred at this point, more power to you. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be zapped up fairly rapidly. But yeah, so yeah, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's about it. We have Pulse, we have BTC Pay Server. Um, things are coming along pretty nicely, and hopefully once that bull market comes around, now that we have Kraken, we have that easy place to point people. And yeah, if you want to build things for Decred, it's all open source. It's very easy, even if you aren't a developer, to point AI tools at these GitHub repos, and you can build things. It's incredible how good the latest AI models are. I use Claude personally.
I've been I've been ridiculously impressed. And like I said, about a year ago, I had to go at building some simulators, and it cost me an absolute fortune just to get like halfway through it. But seeing what people like Crambles is doing with his AI and you guys are doing, it's yeah, I think it's with a little bit of technical experience and AI, you're getting something that's quite interesting now. So yeah, and one final thing from me then, I suppose, is everything we've asked for over the last 2 or 3 years that we've kind of seen as our limiting points for Decred. So things that are really holding us back are starting to be fixed. So and I know I've said this in previous episode, but a decent mobile wallet, a decent listing, Kraken, Cake Wallet, BTC Pay Server being integrated with debit cards and gift cards, things like that. Having Umbrel, having our apps on Umbrel so that you can run always on machines, which is something myself and Exitus went on for a little while, but that's happening now. Umbrel are allowing us to have our apps in their app store, and if you just go onto Umbrel and you type in just go to the crypto category, we're like number one. It's incredible, it's brilliant. So Bison Wallet is there, and so is Decred Pulse. So it's absolutely great. There's actually visibility on these things. So everything that we've kind of wanted and asked for to make for a seamless, better experience is happening. Yes, there's still a few tweaks that need to be made, but generally it's still going in the right direction. And hopefully we get some confirmation and plans on what the future is for Bison Wallet, and hopefully that continues, because I still believe it is the product that we need going forward. But for now we've got good listings again and a solid infrastructure, which is great. Exitus, I'll let you sign us out.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Decred Pulse should be out pretty soon, maybe within the next few weeks, so you can get your hands on it. Decred's live on Kraken, DCR USD. We should be on BTC Pay Server on with Cake Wallet gift cards really soon. So there's a lot to look forward to, and yeah, I hope everyone's stacking at these super low prices. But thanks for watching.